Welcome back to NOLA Papa. It's me, and I welcome each and every one of you here. We have been like hitting the ground running lately. At the end of the day, it's like, oh my God, it's really crazy. The girls don't take naps anymore, so usually at nap time I would record something and it would be quiet. So now you're probably going to hear them in the background. It's fine. That's life, you know. But I am excited you're here. Thank you for watching. If you like what I put out, please subscribe to our NOLA Papa YouTube channel. Click the notification bell so you can be notified when I release new episodes. And when you do that, just go on over to Instagram and follow our journey at NOLA Papa. And then go to Facebook and like the NOLA Papa Facebook page. It's all about this little village coming together and inspiring one another and putting positivity out there and just relishing in happiness and spreading that happiness to other people, and awareness and tolerance and all the other things that come along with it. It's super important in this crazy ass world that we live in. So with that said, I want to talk about something that happened to our family recently, and I'm sure it wasn't the first time and it's not going to be the last time, but it's something that affects especially same-sex families. And but not only that, it affects, you know, other, whether it's racism or just anything discriminatory. Everybody gets discriminated against at least once in their life. And, you know, this particular instance happened to us this past weekend. So with that, I want to talk about dealing with discrimination.
My name is Eric. And if there's one thing that life has taught me, it's that everything happens for a reason. All the twists and turns and everywhere in between. This is NOLA Papa, the story of a gay dad.
So welcome back. I'm really glad that you're here. You know, I try to talk about things that I really feel like are current, that are relatable, and that are impactful. And if I have to be the guinea pig to talk about it, then I feel like that's important. And maybe other people out there can really learn something from the situations that maybe my family has gone through. And with that said, you know, being two dads with children oftentimes puts us in a situation that people, for the most part, are just curious and they want to learn. So they stare or they watch. And, you know, it kind of puts us front and center, you know, the gays and their children, so they want to see, because some people have never seen that before. And, you know, we parent like other parents do that aren't gay. But, you know, people that haven't seen this before are curious, and that's great. We'll be that unicorn that walks in the room, and people can see that we love our babies the same as any other loving parent. But, you know, being a unicorn is one thing, and it's kind of like a token. We'll be that token, and I think that that's super special to have someone learn from us. But there's a line that's crossed when it goes from staring to blatant, like, insults, or maybe not even insults, but in a way harassment. And this past weekend, let me just break it down. This past weekend, we went to we took the girls to a playground. And then after the playground, we went to eat pizza and gelato. Well, when we parked the car, I went and got Ella out, and I got her out of her car seat, and I have her in my arms, and then I turn around. When I parked, before I did all that, I saw this lady on the sidewalk, and you know, she kind of looked lost. I don't know. She had 2 bags with her full of stuff. She had a hat with glasses that I think were yellow, and she had like 2 jackets on. So I don't know if she was homeless or not. It's wrong of me to say she was homeless because I don't know. She looked kind of homey. I mean, if that's even a word. But she was watching us as we parked. And she was walking, and then when I went to park, she stopped. And I was like, well, that's weird, she stopped. And when I got Ella, you know, she's in my arms, I turn around, and she's watching me, and I could see her watching me. So I turn around, you know, and it's like, I see you. You know, I didn't say that, but I wanted her to know that. So I get Ella out, I turn around, and I see her standing there, and, you know, I look at her, and the lady looks at me, and she sees Ella, and usually people are like, oh, and she looked at Ella and then looked at me and said, are y'all fostering? And it's like, no, she's my daughter. And she said, your daughter? And I said, yes. And she said, but she's black. And I was like, well, we adopted her. And she said, oh, okay. And when I said that, Douglas and Allie Mae walked around the other side of the car to where we were, and she said, to 2 men? And I said, we're husbands. And she said, oh, so they just let anybody adopt babies now? And when she said that, I immediately just thought, we've got to get out of here. So I have Ella in my arms, Douglas is holding Allie Mae at this point, and we're walking towards the pizza place, and she's still on the sidewalk by my car, and we're walking, and as we're walking away, she says, I cannot believe they let 2 men adopt those girls. And, she yelled, they're white! I was really taken back. Like, she had no filter, no discretion, didn't care that the kids weren't with us, and we're in New Orleans, so that's not really something that happens that often. So we just went to the pizza place, but on our way, I thought, I don't feel comfortable with my car being right there. I don't know what she's gonna do. She could vandalize it. So I told Douglas, I said, look, I'm gonna give you Ella, and I'm gonna go back to the car. I'm just gonna move it. So I, find a better spot. So I went back, and as I'm by myself at this point, and I'm from Mississippi, I'm a country boy, and anybody that knows me well, knows that if my feelings is hurt, if somebody makes me mad, we might have a little confrontation about it. And it's only, I mean, and it's not that, you know, I'm being dramatic. It's just the way that I cope with my feelings. And I'm confrontational, but I feel like that to resolve an issue, the best way to do it is by talking about it. And I'm walking back to my car so I can move it. And that lady is in the middle of, she already has the pen in her hand, and she goes and she gets the paper. She doesn't know I'm there yet. So she has the paper, she has the pen. And I walk up and she looks up and she says, "Oh, I'm just standing here still in shock." And I looked at her and I would say something, but something in me, I felt like that it would just be useless. I don't know if she was mentally ill. She wasn't mentally ill. She had the wherewithal to get a pen and paper. She was about to write me a note. And ooh, that would have really made me mad. And really, psychologically speaking, what she was probably doing is she was going to write this note so she could let out this feeling that she's having, and she would feel better by writing this note. Well, I came up, she saw me, she said that, and then she said, "And don't worry, I ain't messing with your car." And I just got in my car, cranked it, drove away. And she stood there holding her pen and paper. So she didn't have the opportunity to write anything hateful or anything religious or anything that would be used to hurt someone. And I mean, we were just going to get pizza and gelato. Like, is it that deep? You can't wait to say your piece when I don't have my babies. Like, I don't get it. Like, I want to think, I want to believe that maybe she was mentally off. Maybe she was bipolar. Maybe she was schizophrenic. Maybe, because Douglas is a psychiatrist, so he thinks of all these mental illnesses that she might have. And in my head, hopefully she did have that to act like that in front of our kids. But that does not excuse the situation that unfolded. We had to damage control with Allie Mae, our oldest, because she had a barrage of questions about why that lady yelled and why did she say those things. She's only 4.5, so we were able to deflect it. And, you know, ooh, look, over there's a streetcar. And she was like, ooh. And then by the time we got to the pizza place, she had forgotten about it. But what if she was like 8? Or it's just ridiculous that some people go to that corner of their mind and they're that hateful. I mean, I almost would have rathered her just watch us, observed, get out of the car, go to the pizza place, and write about it on a piece of paper, put it on the windshield. I would have read the first line, crumpled it up, and thrown it away. I mean, she was going to do it all. She said everything she needed to say, and then she was going to write a note about it. Like, really, lady? So, I just use it as a teaching moment. I mean, that wasn't the first time. It's not going to be the last time. But I'm just going to be stronger from it. I'm going to, you know, just try to shield my babies from it. You know, if I hear someone being mean, I'm gonna, you know, leave it immediately and then try to do damage control just like we did. I think we played it out perfectly. You know, I really wanted, I wanted to just let loose, but it didn't. And I wanted to, but it didn't. And oh, you know, and I'm talking about this because I know other gay dads have felt it, other gay moms, you know, other people, black people, when they feel like they've been prejudicedly harassed. I mean, white people that have felt like that against black people. I mean, the race card, like what happens, that lady was obviously homophobic and racist, and you know, it's a shame, and I can't imagine what people deal with daily with racism. It's so terrible, and the way it can make people feel if you give it the power. And I'm here to tell you, don't give it the power. And I'm as sensitive as they come, but search your heart and your mind and let go of those feelings that you cannot control. Don't give it the power. Do not give that lady the power. And just do what you do. You spread that love. You spread that acceptance, that tolerance, that unconditional love, and let other people see that light in you. And maybe that will change your heart, but it might not, and that's okay. All you worry about is you. All I need to worry about is me. And if I do that, and if I accept people and teach that to my daughters, then I'm doing the right thing. And if I let that lady come in between that teaching moment, then I stoop to her level. I mean, and at the end of the day, that's what it's about. I need to not stoop to that level. So it's gonna happen. It sucks. But all we can do is learn from it. And, you know, that's it. So, thanks for coming today. And I look forward to talking to you next time.